Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to do this like diamond type of design. I've been seeing it a lot on Instagram and I thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to try it. So I'm just going in with this hollow gel polish from this brand. I don't know how to pronounce it. I got it off of Amazon. I thought this was the hollow cat eye that I have from this brand, so you're gonna see here in a second. I use the magnet to try and magnetize it, but then I realized it was not the hollow cat eye and it was just the plain hollow gel polish. So I just went ahead and did one layer of that on all of the nails, and I cured that for 60 seconds. And then I couldn't find the hollow cat eye from that brand, so I remembered I had a hollow cat eye from Madam Glam, so I'm using that, and I'm putting that on top of the hollow layer that I put on, and then I will magnetize it, and then I flash cure the nail after I bring all the magnet pieces up. And then once I get all of the nails done, I do go ahead and cure them all for 60 seconds. And I'm just trying to make these nails as like glittery and sparkly as possible for this design. That's kind of like the whole point of like your base, like building up your base layer, is to add a bunch of like glitters and like hollow flakes and foils and stuff to try and make it like as sparkly and like have all those different like rainbow reflex to kind of mimic like an actual diamond, or like a not a rhinestone, what's it called, a gemstone on like a ring or earrings or something like that. How it, like, when it catches the light, you kind of see all the light reflex and everything, and sometimes it kind of looks a little rainbow. So that is what we are trying to establish here with the base layer. Now I'm going to take this hollow foil that I got. I think this is the one that I got from Daily Charm, and this foil glue that I got for Christmas. It came from Temu. This is my first time using foils and foil glue, so it kind of went okay, but it kind of didn't. But anyhow, I just took the foil glue and applied that to the entire nail, and then I cured for 60 seconds. And then I just wanted to kind of put the foils in like random places and not cover the entire nail, because I did still want like the hollow polish that I put down to shine through as well. And as you can see, I'm just kind of pressing it down in random spots, kind of rubbing it. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. I don't really know, like the reasoning behind all of that. Also, like I said, this is my first time, so I don't really know if I was doing things like correctly or not. But for what I was doing, it all ended up working out just fine. So I guess it really didn't matter if I was doing it correctly or not at this point. But typically with this design, you'll see people using like those little it's like foil pieces. I don't really know what they're called, but they're like hollow, and then like they're usually cut into like little shards, or like triangle pieces or whatever, and they'll like place those down on the nail, but I didn't have any of those, and I thought this hollow foil would work just as well to get the effect that I'm going for. So I just went ahead and applied the foil glue to all the rest of the nails, cured that for 60 seconds, and then went through and applied the foil onto the nails. Now I'm going to take some clear trippy gel from Nails by Dev. I'm just going to scoop this out and smush it on to the nail, covering the entire nail. And I do try to make sure that around the edges of the nail, so like the cuticle, around the cuticle and the sidewalls and the free edge are pretty thin. And most of the trippy gel is stuck there in the middle. I did also apply a base coat to the nails because this 3D sculpting gel sticks a lot better to a sticky layer rather than a non-sticky layer. So I did go ahead and apply base coat and then cure that before applying the trippy gel. And as always, when using 3D sculpting gels or any like solid gel type of product, you want to be wearing gloves if you're going to be using your hands to sculpt anything. But as you can see here in this video, I'm not touching this with my hands at all. I use my cuticle pusher to scoop it out of the jar and to place it onto the nail. And then I use my silicone tool to smush it out. So I'm not touching this product at all. But if I were to have been touching this with my hands or needing to use my hands to get what I needed done, I would be wearing gloves because you need to protect yourselves from developing an allergy to acrylates. I've mentioned this in every single video that I have ever done any kind of 3D sculpting work. So if you've seen my videos and you've been around for a while, then you know my whole spiel. But if you are new here, you want to make sure you're wearing gloves so you don't develop an allergy, because if you develop an allergy to acrylates, not only can you no longer do your nails, but it also affects certain like dental procedures and surgical procedures you can't get done because they use the same type of products to do these certain things. There's also other random products that have acrylates in them in your everyday life, so you will end up having reactions to random stuff even. So it doesn't just affect doing nails, but it does affect your entire life if you do develop an acrylate allergy. And if you do think you have an allergy, you need to go to an allergist and get testing done to see what exactly it is you're allergic to, so you are knowledgeable and know what to be looking out for in everyday products. And so you are able to tell your doctor and your dentist you know, that you are allergic to whatever it is you're allergic to, so they know not to use that product on you if you do need some sort of surgery or dental procedure or anything. But anyhow, back to the nail design. After I get the trippy gel all smushed out on the nail, I take an X-Acto knife and just like make little lines in the trippy gel, or like little creases in it, to give that like diamond look. You know how like diamonds are cut and they have the little facets or whatever. I just go around and kind of make like a little starburst going all the way around the nail. And this design is pretty bulky. It's kind of hard to avoid the bulkiness. So if you don't like bulky nails, or like a bulky nail will bother you, this probably isn't the best design to do. You can try and go a little bit thinner with the 3D gel or the solid gel, whatever you're using to do this with, on top, but I feel like the thicker it is, or if you go a little bit thicker, like, it looks a lot better. I feel like if you go too thin with it, you're not gonna get those super deep like cuts in it, and it's not going to give like the same effect as if you do make the gel thicker and be able to get those deep cuts into it. So you know, like I said, this design is going to be quite a bit bulky. So like I said, if it bothers you, probably shouldn't do this design. But if you don't mind having a little bit of a bulkier nail, then by all means, go ahead and do this. And then after I get those little divots cut, I do stick it in the lamp to cure for a full 60 seconds. Also, I had no issues with the gel sticking to the X-Acto knife, but if you do experience having the gel stick to whatever you're using to create those lines in the gel, you can just dip it in some alcohol and it will prevent the 3D gel from sticking to it. And then once the nails are completely cured, if you're using the Trippy gel, it doesn't need a top coat, but if you wanted a top coat, you can top coat it. You can be done with the nails at that point and you can leave them like a silvery color, but I wanted to add some color on top of the nails and make them look like different colored like gemstones. So I'm just taking a bunch of different jelly colors from Nails by Dev and laying those down on my palette, and then I'm going to mix in some top coat into them to dilute them a little bit because these jelly colors are super pigmented. I did on the pinky nail apply the orange straight to it, straight from the bottle, and it was way too dark and pigmented. I mean, it would have worked and it looked fine, but it was way darker than what I was wanting. I wanted kind of like a sheer kind of wash on the nails. I didn't want it like super dark and pigmented. I just kind of wanted you to slightly be able to see the color, but not have it be like super overpowering. So that is why I mixed in the top coat to, like I said, dilute the colors down a little bit and to make them even more sheer and jelly. And then once those are all mixed up, I just take a brush and apply those to the nails. And I messed up and wasn't recording some of the nails, so you're only going to see me paint 2 or 3 of the nails. I can't remember how many I did without realizing that I wasn't recording. But anyhow, as you can see, mixing the clear into these just kind of gives it like a light wash of color, and it's not a super bright pigmented color, which is exactly what I was going for. And then after I got all of the color applied to all of the nails, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And since I mixed those jelly colors in with top coat, that was my final cure. But if you didn't mix the jelly colors in with top coat, then you would top coat again and then cure that, and then you'd be finished. But this is the finished result. I think this is a really pretty design. It's definitely a very different type of design and very unique. I really love how it looks. It definitely gives like gemstone or like diamond type of look. It's also kind of giving me like broken glass type of vibes. Like if you were to throw a rock or something at some glass and then it like hits just perfectly to where it shatters and it like creates that circle, like spread out broken glass type of look. I hope that made sense what I was trying to say there. But I don't know, I just really like this set, and I like it with the colors. I also really liked it without the colors on top as well. I don't really know which I like more. But I feel like adding the colors on top really enhances all of the divots and really shows off like the cracks in the nails and like really brings out the design. Whereas if you were to just leave it without the colors on top, you could still see it obviously, but like I feel like it wouldn't be as prominent as with the colors on top, because they do seep down in between the cracks and like really like highlight the cracks in there. Also, you can kind of tell the gel is kind of overhanging on the nails, and I didn't realize that until after they were on and I was already taking pictures and stuff. I should have reshaped them, like just to clean up the shape a little bit and make sure they were in that same square shape, but I didn't. But overall, I think this set looks really cool and I really love this design. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.